Hello and welcome to Blytheway Business News. I am Bonnie Hughes. Our guest today is Anglo Asian Mining. They are a copper gold producer in Azerbaijan. They have profit, they pay a dividend, and their share price has risen over 160% in the past year. Here to tell us all about the growth prospects of the company is Bill Morgan, Chief Financial Officer. Hello, Bill, and thank you very much for joining us.
And very much thank you for having me.
I noticed today that you put out some very interesting and really good results for the company. Can you give us an overview of those financial results?
Yes, I can. We released our interim results for the 6 months to the end of June. The results were very, very solid, and as a result, we're very pleased to announce a interim dividend of 3.5 cents per share, which is a 17% increase on last year's interim dividend, which I think shows you the confidence that the directors have with the company. Turnover was up. It went from 40 million last year to 43.3 million this year, and that was both increased gold sales and increased copper sales. That increase in turnover flowed through to the bottom line, and our profit was up from 5 million to 6.6 million. So that is a very good set of results, a very good performance. Cash flow from operations was down from 24 to 14 million. And there are two reasons for that. One, as everybody knows, we became a corporation taxpayer this year because we used up all of our losses last year, and this year we've had to start paying corporation tax in Azerbaijan, which was just over 5 million. And we've also absorbed $5 million into inventory. About 2.5 million of that was building out some new heap leach facilities for run-of-mine ore, and also there was some extra gold, doré and copper in stock at the end of the period. And that really is just pot luck, given which day of the week the financial year or the financial half year ends on, and that will obviously all be sold in the following month, so that's nothing to worry about.
I noticed your all-in sustaining costs are quite low. Can you give us an overview of that?
Yes, our all-in sustaining costs went from $543 per ounce in 2018 to $603 per ounce, which is an increase. The reason for this increase was that we spent an extra 2.7 million on mining costs. And this mining that we've been doing in the first half of the year, some of that mining ore that we've mined will actually go to stockpiles next year. So we will actually see the benefit of lower mining costs in the next year. So yes, we think it's a very solid set of results. The cash position of the company is quite strong. At the end of June, we had $20.4 million worth of cash and only $5.2 million worth of debt. So the cash has increased significantly from 6.1 million to 15.2 million net cash in the period. So we think that's a very solid set of results, and as a result, we are confident, and we are paying a dividend of 3.5 cents as an interim dividend.
Well, that makes shareholders very happy. They like to receive dividends.
Of course, that makes shareholders very happy. Our strong balance sheet has also been a boon to us because 2 to 3 years ago, when we needed the cash to finance the company, we were selling our gold straight away after production. But now we don't need to, because obviously we have enough cash to finance the business, so we're actually able to take advantage of spikes in the gold price. And this is showing through into the numbers. We sold our gold in the first half of this year at $1,319 per ounce against an average gold price of $1,306 per ounce. So again, you can see that we're able to use the balance sheet to help us in terms of realising a better price for our gold. We don't hedge, and we've no plans to. So.
And now you could be selling your gold over $1,500 an ounce.
Absolutely, yes. So obviously the gold price is very beneficial to the business, correct.
And can you give us some guidance about your production for the rest of the year? Are you still on track?
Yes, we announced production guidance at the beginning of the year of 82 to 86,000 gold equivalent ounces, and we are still sticking with that production guidance. However, the mix of the production within the guidance is changing. We initially announced that we would be producing around about 3.1 thousand to 3.3 thousand tonnes of copper. and we've actually now guided down on copper to 2,000 to 2,200 tonnes of copper. The reason for this is that we encountered some lower grade copper than we was anticipating, grades of around about 0.4 to 0.42% copper, when we was anticipating about 0.5 to 0.52% copper. And we've also found that the composition of the copper is different, in as much that we was expecting about 90% copper sulfide, 10% copper oxide. We're actually getting about 75% copper sulfide and 25% copper oxide. And our flotation plant was geared up to produce copper sulfide. But there's been some good news on both these issues. From the beginning of September, we're actually now encountering some much better copper grades, and we're up to the 0.5 to 0.52% that we was expecting. And we've done a big exercise in optimizing the flotation plant and optimizing the reagents used within the flotation plant to actually start extracting the copper sulfate. So that is why we're guiding down on the copper. In terms of the gold, we were guiding around about 65,000 to 67,500 ounces of gold, and we've now revised that guidance upwards to 70 to 72,000 ounces of gold. And the reason that we've done this is that we've been able to use some old Siemens waste dump material that's got some reasonably good gold grades in it that we've been evaluating. And I think this shows the strength of the company, in as much that when we've had a issue such as we've had with copper, you know, we do have options to be able to maintain the production, because we have got production from multiple sources of ore and from various other places that we can use. So this is very good, and I think it is a testament to the strength of the company.
And can you tell us, with the upward movement in gold, how has that affected your gold equivalent ounces that you're producing and selling?
Yeah, when we did the guidance at the beginning of the year, we obviously used the metal prices at the beginning of the year. And at that time, 1 tonne of copper was equivalent to around about 4.7 ounces of gold. Now, because of the increase in the price of gold during the year and the decrease in the price of copper, we're actually finding now that 1 tonne of copper is equivalent to around about 3.8 ounces of gold. So although the production hasn't changed, when we actually convert it into gold equivalent ounces, we're actually coming in with a lower gold equivalent ounces figure, purely because of the price movement and not because of anything that we have done. And we've calculated that this is costing us around about 1,800 to 2,000 gold equivalent ounces. So although we are still guiding on 82 to 86,000 ounces of gold, because of the price movement in the gold, we think that we'll be coming towards the bottom end of that range.
And in the meantime, you've been doing much on the exploration front. Can you tell us a bit about your exploration activities?
Okay, yes. Well, obviously last year we announced a 3-year rolling exploration program. And last month we actually gave a fairly big update to the market on the 8th of August when we made a big announcement on our half-year exploration program results. I won't go through all of that again. It's all there on our website. Obviously that's only a month ago, but we've not been letting the grass grow under our feet. We've actually now just started to do some drilling. The drilling is being done at 2 shallow epithelial ZTEM targets at the Gedabek site. The first one is close to the Ugor mine. It's actually behind the hill, or it's actually at the hill behind the Ugor mine. And the other one we're looking at is a site close to our heap leach dumps. So that's 2 areas where we have actually started drilling, and we're finding mineralisation there as a result of that drilling. So we are keeping up with the exploration program at a pace. When we made the announcement back last month, we said that there was a lot of data that we were analysing and we were waiting for a lot of drill results. Well, we're still doing all of that, and we're going through all of that, and obviously we will report on that as soon as we can, as we've got something concrete to report.
And I guess the goal is to increase the mine life and increase your production profile.
Well, the aim is to do 2 things. We are doing 2 sets of exploration really at Gedabek. We are actually doing near mine exploration, and this is around the Gedabek open pit, the Gadir underground mine, and Gosha, and we're finding that we are finding mineable extensions at both the Gedabek open pit and at Gadir. So that will obviously be increasing our mine life. And we're also doing obviously greenfield exploration. We have over 1,000 square kilometres of land under concession in Gedabek, Gosha and Ordubad. So obviously we are exploring that to see if we can come up with some new deposits and, you know, to open some new mines, yes.
And finally, can you tell us a bit about your merger and acquisition activity?
Okay, yes, we are looking at trying to develop the country outside of Azerbaijan. We are looking at opportunities in countries within the region that we are in. We're very cognizant of the fact that it's very difficult to manage projects that are a very long way away, so we're actually sticking to countries where are reasonably close to us. We're looking at 3 countries at the moment. This is in gold and base metal projects, and these are projects which are from early exploration projects through to brownfield projects where we feel we can use our expertise and money to bring something into production fairly quickly. So I'm not prepared to name the countries because there's commercial negotiations going on, but you know, hopefully something will come of this when it can. So yes, we're hopeful that we might be able to move outside of Azerbaijan. I think we've got aspirations to be more than a local Azeri gold producer.
And I suppose that you can finance these acquisitions potentially with your current cash position and your cash flow generation?
Yes, we've got good cash flow generation. We've got cash in the bank, and because of our relationships with banks in Azerbaijan, if we needed to get bank financing, we could obtain it very easily, yes.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. All very good news, and we look forward to speaking with you again and hearing about the continued growth of the company.
Okay, thank you. Nice to be here.
And thank you very much for joining us on Blytheway Business News. Have a very profitable day.